Hello, everybody. Hello, my fellow Tiki Freaks. This is Rum Bum Jimmy from the Tiki Freaks podcast and website. This is a special episode. We got something special talking to you about tonight, and it's going to be a little bit shorter, but this is our Tiki Gonzo update. So, anyways, this past fall, my friend Bill, aka Captain Nemo, he had a party to premiere his brand new home Tiki bar, which he called the Nautilus Bar. It was really cool. It was designed by the very talented artisan and Tiki aficionado, Mr. Robert Gonzalez, or better known to all of us in the Tiki community as Tiki Gonzo. Many of you know or have met Tiki Gonzo at one of the many places where I'm gonna pull up some pictures. Marketplaces he attends in Southern California, selling his beautiful, artfully designed tiki shelves, his tiki bars, bar stools, and so much more. We attended Bill's Tiki Bar premiere party, and as a special treat, so did Tiki Gonzo, because Tiki Gonzo designed Bill's bar, and he showed up to talk about Bill's bar. It was fantastic. Excuse me. We're about to share a video of that night. It was an awesome night. Tiki Gonzo, he showed us the new bar he designed, walked us through the process, chatted with us about some of his favorite things. It was a fantastic night. But here's the deal. Over the holidays, Robert Tiki Gonzo Gonzalez had a stroke. Yeah. And we're going to show some pictures here. He had a stroke. He's currently recovering, but he and his family need our help. First, if you are the praying type, I am the praying type, but if you're the praying type, please take a moment to pray for Robert. His family has asked for prayer. We are going to list his social media accounts in the notes here, and all warm wishes are welcome and encouraged. Please send them your best warm wishes, your prayers, and everything. But Robert has an uphill battle with both his health and his medical bills. And by the way, we're showing a couple. Here's a cool tiki shelf that he built. Here he is in the hospital, and we have a message from his daughter, Annette. She said, recovery after a stroke comes with challenges, speeches, fatigue, emotions, and even trouble sleeping. But today his spirits are good. The rain has stopped. As you know, we've had weeks and weeks of rain here in California, and he will be going on a short walk today. That's amen. He is walking, which is a big win. We are beyond grateful to everyone who has donated, shared, prayed, and reached out by text, calls, and messages. Your kindness has lifted our family and truly lifted my dad's spirits. He's read your comments and is deeply touched. He had no idea how much he meant to so many people. And I tell you, for those of you who may not have met Robert, he is an amazing person. He has so much life, so full of life. And this is, okay, I'm continuing Annette's message. He is eager to get back to building, but right now his brain needs time to heal. Okay. Doctors are confident that his speech will continue to improve, and we are already seeing small progress each day. For those of you who have ever lived through this, you know loved ones who have experienced a stroke. It is a tough thing. So she continues, we're just over the $2,000 away from reaching our goal. If you're able, please continue to share and help us cross the finish line. Thank you for being a part of our Ohana. Your love makes everything feel a little brighter. From his daughter, Annette. And then she goes on to say, our family is leaning on faith, love, and each other right now. We truly need your support. Seeing my dad like this breaks my heart in ways I never imagined. He has always been our rock, the one who builds, creates, and shows up no matter what. To see him vulnerable reminds me that even the strongest people need help sometimes. We have started a GoFundMe to help my dad and my mom during this unknown time. With love and gratitude, Annette and the family. So we are encouraging you right now, and I'm going to show it on the screen. There's one of his shelves, which are beautiful. Excuse me. GoFundMe.com and search for Tiki Gonzo. Go to GoFundMe.com, search for Tiki Gonzo, and let's help this family. If you're able, I'm going to show you. If you go to the GoFundMe page, this is the picture you're going to see right here. This is the picture of Robert and his wife on GoFundMe.com. Search for Tiki Gonzo. We're about to share you a cool video of the night he debuted a cool new bar just a couple months ago with our friend Bill, and you'll see how much life and spirit and energy this guy had. Hey, this is Jim Fry, a.k.a. Rum Bum Jimmy, here with the Tiki Freaks, and we are here celebrating our friend Bill Captain Nemo. Wait. There's Bill. There's Bill. There's Bill. He got a brand new home tiki bar that he is kind of like premiering tonight, and we just are celebrating with him. But we also have the guy who made the bar. This is Robert Gonzalez, Tiki Gonzo. How you doing, Robert?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
All right. We want to go through a little bit, and I let you kind of explain exactly the process of putting this bar together, how long it took you, because I mean, you didn't just like buy parts and put it together. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, Bill approached me and he said he wanted to make a bar with a naturalist theme. And let me tell you, I thought it was going to be easy, but after a few going back and forth with drawings, about 10 drawings, I think it was Bill, right?
How many drawings, Bill?
But finally,
One less than it took for him to say, screw you.
I would never say that. But anyway, Bill is a hell of a good person, and I was like any customer, or any of my customers, I would go through whatever it takes to make sure that when I make a bar for them, that they have something that they would love and they want, not something that they would just take. Anybody can do that.
So you say that the actual construction of the bar, I was kind of blown away when you told me this. How long did the actual construction take?
It takes about 4 days.
Okay, I was expecting you to say like 3 or 4 months, but
Boy, let me tell you, if I did that, I'd die.
yeah. Let's look at it though.
Yeah, well, you see all the details here on the top. You see that. I get this Brazilian wood that I buy from this supplier, and he glues it up for me, and of course, and then I would.
So this is Brazilian pine, right?
Brazilian pine, yes, sir. And but the most time I think it takes me about out of the 4 or 5 days. 2 days it will take me in the CAD, in the computer, to draw the system. And I got to make sure that before I cut anything or carve anything on the CNC, that the drawing is perfect.
Okay. And when he's talking about the CAD and the CNC, for the people who don't know what that is, that's like a computer drafting program,
It's
right?
a computer drafting program, which is a 3D, and it gives me the perspective, all the angles that I want to see. And
when he's talking about CNCing, he's talking about carving, right?
carving, that's correct, yes. And this is before it goes into the machine. So that's another software that you have to go through. And once you have the CAD finalized, you send it to the other software, and then you start putting the tools that you need. So, and there's hundreds of tools, the different shapes and different cuts that you would use. And
Hey, let's walk around. Let's walk around here. I'm going to look at the front side of this bar here, and because it's not. How did you and Bill work together on the design of this bar?
well, there was a few things that he wanted at Naturalist, and he sent me this drawing of a bar with a Naturalist, and I mean, it was tremendous and lovely, and I wish I could make it, but I couldn't make that.
I saw it as well. It was a beautiful piece of
Beautiful
sculpture.
piece.
It didn't work.
No, and so from there I took it, I sent him a drawing, and of course, and the first drawing I sent him had tentacles going up from the bottom of the bar to the top tentacles, going up and all that. And he says, I'm going to have tentacles in my house. I said, oh, shit. Okay.
And for those of you who don't know Bill, he's a big fan of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
He sure is.
So this is like a Nautilus themed bar.
So he said, what about if we combine some Tiki theme into the naturalism and all that? I said, I can work with that. so I used some of my carvings that I have with the flower and the shields and whatever you have in there, and I added the naturalist word into it, the carving, and it has to be specific what font he wanted.
Right.
So that took a little while to get the font going.
The
and all
Nautilus
that.
right there at the bottom.
Nautilus.
You love it. And so, but you didn't just make the bar. Before we move on, can you take a look at the top of the bar, like the top that's kind of it's got a recess with the glass on top,
Right.
so you can like do some cool stuff. And then you put the lights in there as well.
Correct.
And what is this down here on the front? There's an opening with.
Right. That is the porthole in the Nautilus movie that you see there.
Nice.
Well, the ship itself. I made a porthole. He didn't go for it because it was a regular type of porthole.
Right.
So once I knew, he said, "I don't want that." I knew what he wanted.
Cool.
So, so that's what we
That's
started.
awesome. And also, you also made all the chairs that we
Correct.
see sitting around the bar right here. Now, and these chairs hold how much?
About 300 pounds. Yeah.
This guy tested it. He
Oh,
knows.
I tested it. I got this guy down the block
Yeah.
where I live. He weighs 350 pounds. I sat him on it for about half an hour, and it was okay.
And they go so well with the bar. But like, look at this. Look at Cheeseman's filming. Look right down here between that. Look at that detail that he has on the legs right there. Why is that there?
Well, that's there so that in case you had too many drinks and you fall off the chair.
No, that's never going to happen.
No, of course not. But it's just in case, let's say,
Yeah.
what the hell. So if it happens, you look at and say, "Oh my God, I had too many drinks," because that looks like a drunken Tiki.
Yep. Yep, it does.
So that's
But you
that's
say
why I put it there.
It also covers up like a screw that you
Correct.
use, right?
Correct. There's a screw sits there that holds the brackets, if you will, that holds the stool legs
Uh-huh.
together, so that they don't open up. So that screw there, and I didn't like that screw sitting there by itself.
Right.
So I had to do something. So that's what I came up. I drew that little tiki, drunken tiki, and
What about like the carvings? Did you do all these?
I did all that. I designed those. I drew them, and then I started carving those into my CNC router.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Tiki Gonzo, you're also mad props from the Army, right?
Yes, sir. Army,
All right, cool.
airborne all the way.
All right. That's awesome. And how long have you been making bars? Because you said you were.
Well, yeah, it was interesting. I remember that the first bar I built was in 1974 when I was working at JBL, James B. Lansing Sound Incorporated. Can you
Nice,
imagine?
nice.
That's when JBL was JBL,
Yep.
and so they had this Paragon front. And that's a beautiful piece of furniture. But anyway, it was all mahogany, and it was rejected. I bought it for a few pennies, and I took it home, and I said, I'm going to build a bar. And I built this bar with cushion fronts, oh man, that thing was so nice. I mean, I had my buddies coming over to my house on a Friday night to have a few drinks and all that, and they loved that bar. And I think one of them finally says, after my few were born, of course, I cannot have that anymore. This party's a night at home and all that. So my buddy was so in love with that bar, I gave it to him. He said,
Oh, wow.
"Take it, my friend. it's yours." So,
All right. Well, we got to ask. So we're going to wrap up here. Tiki Gonzo,
Yes.
where can people find you are you still making bars for people,
I
right?
do make bars
yeah.
every day.
We met you when we first met you at the Tonka Hut over here in Los Angeles,
Yes.
and you were showcasing some of these bars. So if someone wants one of your pieces of handiwork, what do they do?
They contact me. They can contact me at through Instagram at the Tiki Gonzo, or they can look at my website tikigonzo.net.
Okay.
And that
Wait 1 second. Wait 1 second. Okay, we're being distracted. Tiki Gonzo. So Instagram Tiki Gonzo. Enter on the online Tiki Gonzo. Right. Look up.
tikigonzo.net.
All right.
Was muted there.
Anyways, we had a blast that night with Robert Gonzalez, aka Tiki Gonzo. So again, GoFundMe.com, search for Tiki Gonzo. The family needs our help right now. We are his Ohana. He is part of us. Those of you who have met him know he is such a special guy. And he is such a fun, loving, generous person. And let's make sure that we reach out a little bit right now. Send your prayers, send your good wishes. Again, in the notes, we'll put his social so you guys can send your best wishes, your thoughts. And if you are able, please go to GoFundMe.com and search for Tiki Gonzo and help this family get through this crisis during this time. Anyways, Tiki Freaks, thank you so much for listening tonight. Thank you so much for gathering around. Remember, we are a family. The Tiki community, especially here in Southern California, we are a family. No matter where you are, you don't have to be in Southern California. If anywhere across the country, Tiki Gonzo, he will make you the best part, but let's support him right now. He's a great guy, and I was sad to hear about this, but I'm happy to hear that he is on the road to recovery, but it's a long road ahead. So anyways, happy 2026, everybody. Let's all reach out and see if we can help. Bye-bye.